Good morning, I'm Dilip Thakore, editor of EducationWorld.
Good morning, I'm Summiya, Yasmeen, managing editor.
For the past 21 years since EducationWorld was launched in 1999, we have been covering the union budget and its impact on education. And we have always been reminding the public and government that way back in 1967, the Thakore Commission had recommended that 6% of GDP should be spent on public education. Unfortunately, despite our repeated reminders to the government and the public,
It's never happened.
it's never happened.
Over the past 60 years, public spending as percentage of GDP on Indian education has been in the range of 3 to 3.5%.
Exactly.
Never exceeded 3.5%.
And the result of that is that India is, I regret to say, one of the most educationally backward countries of the world. And this continuous neglect of human capital, which we consider very important, as important as capital expenditure on infrastructure, has cost the country dearly. And this year again, the budget, of course, because of the pandemic and general constraint of fall in the revenue of the union government, the expenditure on education, public education, actually been slashed by, cut by 6%, from budgeted 99,000 crores to 93,000 crores.
Yes. And in fact, in this brilliantly argued cover story, Dilip argues that especially because of the pandemic year and the huge loss which children, especially in government schools, in public schools have suffered because of 1 year of schools closure, the immense learning loss, health and nutrition loss, the government should have made a special effort to increase spending on education and made a plan as to how to get these children who've been now out of school, and I estimated 20 to 30 million children have dropped out of school because of the pandemic, and we need to get them back to school and learning and make up also for the learning loss.
That's a huge loss in terms of human capital development. And therefore, one of the things that we've argued in our story is that even if government had financial constraints and can't find the money for this, the least they could have done is to liberalize education, the education sector, so that private and foreign money even can flow into education. Unfortunately, that opportunity has also been missed. So in our cover story this year, or this March, we discussed these issues and have given a lot of data and statistics to show that the loss incurred by the economy and the potential loss looking far ahead is going to be immense. And therefore, we must take the opportunity of investing in human capital development, no matter where the money is coming from.
Yes, whether it's coming from the coffers of the government or private capital is being invited into Indian education, it doesn't matter.
Yes, and already, in case most people don't know this, already 47% of all school-going children are in private education. And there is no harm if this the percentage goes up, because as it is, there is a continuous exodus of children from government schools into private education.
Yes, we highly recommend that you read this cover story and please share your comment and feedback to us.
Yes. And in our
second pictorial essay, we continue part 2 of the EducationWorld India School Ranking Awards on Wheels. As you know, this year, because of the pandemic year, we didn't have a physical event in Delhi, which we have every year, and instead EducationWorld representatives and our partners are visiting schools around the country to award them. So there's a very interesting pictorial essay, please check it out. And before we go, our ParentsWorld cover story is on a very interesting topic, positive podcast fever sweeping India. In this story, we highlight the trend of podcasts, how they've captured the imagination of Indian teens, and in fact teens,
millennials.
yes, millennials, Gen Z actually across the world, and we say that parents as well as adolescent children will benefit highly by accessing podcasts. There are over 45 million podcast episodes available on a mind-boggling range of subjects. So encourage your children not just to listen to podcasts, but also to become creators of podcasts.
Yes, it's a positive development and certainly a better alternative to staring at computer and smartphone screens. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.